What's going on, everyone? My name's Tim, this is Tim's Perspective, and if you weren't aware, I kind of like technology a little bit. And one thing about S197 Mustangs is they don't have a lot of technology in them, and what they do have kind of sucks in 2020. So I ended up talking to Dynavin, and they have something brand new for Mustang owners to solve that. Some of the luckier S197 owners actually do have a nav screen, and it looks really good, but even that technology kind of sucks, to be honest, so I really didn't want to do a swap. But something like this with this Dynavin N7 is going to add navigation, a screen, Apple CarPlay, and the main thing that I like over one of those Tesla style stereos, other than the fact that it doesn't look ugly, is that it actually keeps physical HVAC controls, so I can have air conditioning and all that without going into the touchscreen and messing around, and that's a big deal for me. So let's get this opened up and see what's inside. Owner's manual, good old styrofoam. Oh, that actually looks really good. Alright, well, we got the unit here. It definitely looks almost identical to the stock head unit, but I like that it looks OEM and then it still has all these HVAC controls, but it does add a screen with a lot of new tech and functionality. So before we get into the install, upon unboxing, I did notice a couple of interesting things here. One is that they actually provide two sets of buttons, so that if you have seat warmers, you have buttons for seat warmers, or if you don't, you get some blank buttons so you don't have to look like you have something you don't. Also comes with a mic, a bunch of USB extensions, an Apple CarPlay adapter, and a bunch more stuff. So without further ado, let's actually just throw this in and see how it works. I'm not going to film the actual install because there's tons of people who have done it and it's different for every car, but I will show you guys once it's in how it works, what it looks like, and give you my thoughts. So let me go do that real quick. Oh, would you look at that? That is so much nicer. It looks so much better. Even ignoring the functionality, it's just so much cleaner of a look to have like a nice screen here and not 1,000 knobs and buttons and a dingy little beep here. So it does have a few different features here. It has FM radio for the one person left on Earth who wants to listen to that. It has its built-in nav, has some different media and USB, so you could read from an SD card or a flash drive. Also has a backup camera if you want to put that in. You can control your AC from the screen if you are so inclined. And then you have your different settings, your equalizers, and all of your audio settings in here. I did really like how many audio settings they have and how customizable it is. And then the main thing that this has that makes all of the difference to me is going to be this Apple CarPlay. So as you can see, the screen's super responsive, it's been working great, but with Apple CarPlay, I can run pretty much everything that I want to do on my phone while I'm driving. So say if I want to pull Waze, see if there's a cop up ahead, I can take a look. Say if I want to go, let's say my favorite meat spot. Who's Tea on Newark Boulevard?
Okay, driving to Who's Tea, 35284 Newark Boulevard, Newark.
And just like that, it'll put in the nav and it'll send me there with all the directions I want. So just like any other car with Apple CarPlay, but again, going from the terrible, terrible stock sync radio to this is a world of difference that I can't recommend enough. So now I've had a couple of days with the N7 in my car. I've been using it driving around, running Apple CarPlay for Spotify, for Waze. There are other features on it, but once again, if you have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you're really not going to be using much of anything else much of ever unless you're messing with, say, the equalizers or if you need the nav because you forgot your phone. So those are my first thoughts on the Dynavin N7. It works really great. The one thing about it is a bit expensive at $800. That sounds like a huge amount for a stereo, but let me do a quick breakdown for you that might blow your minds a little. So that $800 price tag might sound really high for something like this, and that's what I thought too at first. And then I actually did some research into what it takes to get an aftermarket stereo into a Mustang. And just for the trim pieces and the adapters you need, you're looking at right around $350 without any kind of stereo whatsoever. And then when you look at the stereos available that you need to have a touchscreen that has the AC controls built into that, which also is terrible anyways, but also that doubled in is going to cost you between $300 and $500. So not only are you looking at around the same price point, but you're also looking at an extra installation cost to get something that, to be honest, is just uglier than this one in your car. So when you keep all that in mind, it's really not bad at all for such a stereo like this that offers Apple CarPlay, different equalizers, better options for the car, adding a backup camera. It has so many features that overall I feel like that price tag is absolutely justified. Alright, well that's going to be my thoughts on the Dynavin N7 Pro. There is a link in the description to buy it if you want to check it out. Full disclosure, I was given a discount to review the product, but I'm not told what to say or told what I can't say. I'm giving my full honest thoughts here, and I really hope you guys enjoy. I will be making daily videos from now on for a little bit. I don't know how long, but make sure to subscribe if you want to keep seeing those. Comment down below what you think or anything you'd like to see me do in the future, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.